If you can't get up at 4 a.m. to work on your business, then what are you doing? Instead of spending an hour each day, Monday through Saturday, 6 hours trying to get your website up and launched, why don't you just take one Saturday, a full 8 hours, and get your website up and launched, okay? When you are constantly go, 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 you are going to feel the stress of everything, right? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sephora. I'm an attorney and a business coach, and I help professional women working full-time launch their business. So if that is you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the link down in my bio to get your free guide to launching your business in 10 steps. This video is going to be all about how we as women, entrepreneurs, business owners can balance work, life, and business, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Why is it important that we have to balance work, life, and business? Well, the answer is simple. We are working full-time, we also want to launch our own business, and we also want to have a life, right? And so these three things can take up a lot of your time, especially if you work 9 to 5 like I did and still do. I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how I did it and tips you can use to make sure that you reach success in the launch of your business and scale it to 6 figures, okay? So guys, I told you guys this already, but I first launched my business, my coaching business, in 2022, okay? In 2022, I was working full-time as an attorney. I am still working full-time as an attorney. By May of 2023, I was regularly making $10,000 and more every single month. Again, by May of 2023, so in just about a year's time, slightly less, I was regularly making $10,000 every single month. And that is now what I teach professional women who are working full-time exactly what to do. So let's get into the strategies that you have to use to make sure you can make this happen for yourself. This might seem obvious, but when you're choosing what you want to do as your business, when you're coming up with that golden business idea, it has to be something you are passionate about. When you have to work full time and then you've also got a life and maybe you have kids and you've got to cook and you've got to do all these other things, you don't have all the time in the world to spend on your business. And what that means is you have to actually want to work on your business. And sometimes that means you're going to even be working on it maybe when you're tired or getting up extra early or staying up a little bit later. And that's going to be so much easier to do if you actually like your business, right? And so most important that I always start off with my clients is, what is your business idea? And if they don't have one, we'll work on forming and creating one for them. But it has to be rooted in your passion. Because I always say, if you can't get up at 4 a.m. to work on your business, then what are you doing? Or if you don't want to get up at 4 a.m. or are you waking up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. sometimes because you've got this golden new business idea or this new thing that you want to implement in your business, right? And that's like personal experience. Today, I woke up at 4 a.m. and my boyfriend was like, why are you up? And I was like, oh, I have to work on my business. Like I didn't say it like that. I was like, I'm thinking about my business. Literally on my phone, I'm thinking about my business, right? And so when you find your passion, it's going to be so much easier for you to work on your business, even though you've got this full-time job, even though you've got a house to take care of, even though you've got possibly kids to take care of, significant other, husband, whatever it may be, right? So that's that first thing I want to tell you guys is choose a business that you are passionate about. Choose something that you're going to want to actually devote time to, okay? The next tip that I have for you is free up time. And what that means is evaluate how you work and when you can devote time to working on your business. So if you work in person at 9 to 5, how many hours before you go into work and how many hours after work can you devote to your business? And so what that may look like for you is, okay, it takes me 30 minutes to get to work. I need to be at work at 9, so I leave at 8:30. So can you cut down your getting ready in the morning time to 30 minutes and get up at 6 a.m. and then from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., 2 full hours you're working on your business. Then say you get home at 5:30 and you prepare dinner or you do whatever it is you need to do. Can you then work on your business again from 8 to 10 p.m. before you go to bed, right? Can you do all of your meal prep on Sunday so that you aren't cooking during the week? Can you do a meal prep delivery service so that minimizes cooking at all? Right? So like thinking about the different ways that you can free up time to work on your business. Can you work on your business while you're at work on your lunch break? Just thinking about, okay, what does my day actually look like and where can I fit in these pockets of time to work on my business? And it is possible because that's literally what I was doing. I would wake up earlier and do my business in the morning before I went to work. And then I would come home and do my business in the afternoon after I got home from work. And I would work on my business at lunch, right? So fitting in those pockets of time to make sure that you are actually putting time towards your business. Talked about this a little bit in what I was just saying about like meal prepping, but truly delegate your home tasks, right? How many hours, do a time audit. How many hours a week are you spending on cleaning? How many hours a week are you spending on cooking and grocery shopping? Can you just outsource that to other people? I told you guys, I pay to get my meal delivery service delivered straight to my door. Cuts out a lot of time. Even if I need like extra groceries, it'll usually get Instacarted right to my door. Cuts out a lot of extra time. Pay to get cleaners to come and clean my house. Again, saves me 2 hours, right? So what home tasks can you delegate or outsource to other people so you're giving yourself more time to work on your business, right? And that's gonna be that essential, that crucial part, because you need that extra time to work on your business to be able to scale it to those $10,000 plus months, right? Okay, so think about doing that. The next tip here is prioritize what you are good at and give to others what you are not good at. And that's the benefit of staying in your full-time job while you are building your business, is you have that extra money to do those outsourcing, to just pay someone else to do the things you're not good at. So for example, if you're not good at building a website, get a website builder to build your website for you. And a website isn't, I'm gonna emphasize this right here. A website is not one of the first steps that you need to do in order to launch a successful business. And if you wanna get that full 10-step guide, it's a free guide that I have made. Go ahead and click the link in the description box. And it's the free guide to launching your business in 10 steps. And you'll notice making a website is not on there, because that is not what you need to launch a business. That comes later. But anyway, identify what you're good at and what you're not good at, and whatever you're not good at, just get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I will say, I did make my own website, and that's because I had been making websites since I was in college. And so I did make my own website, and it is something that I help my clients with now when they are in those next stages after their business is fully launched. The next tip that I have for you guys, tip number 4, all of those were under tip number 3, free up time. So those were a lot of tips under free up time, okay? But tip number 4 is to modify your work schedule. This may be difficult for some of you guys, especially if you are the in-person 9 to 5, but see what you can do about modifying your work schedule. See if you can work from home. See if you can like modify your hours, maybe go in later and maybe do a 7 to 3 type deal so you have more time in the afternoon if you're an afternoon worker, right? So that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Maybe I didn't say it, but know your strengths. Know when you are really, really productive and know when you're least productive. I'm very productive more towards like 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So like know when you're very productive. Are you a night worker, afternoon worker, morning worker, whatever. Know when you're most productive. But see what you can do about modifying your work schedule. If you can work from home, hey, do that, because that's gonna give you more time to devote to your business. That's gonna give you more time that's gonna cut out your commute time. That's gonna cut out the oh, I'm at work, I have to be working like 24/7, when in reality it's like, oh, you can take a bathroom break, okay? So like see what you can do to modify your work schedule to make it easier to devote more time to your business, right? That lunch hour, you're not running out to lunch or having to go somewhere else or having to leave the office. You can just sit right on your computer and switch over to your business things. And that again is just a way to give more time back to yourself. Tip number 5 that I have for you guys is batch tasking or batch scheduling. And so what I mean by that is when you're working on building your business, you need to figure out the most important tasks, okay? You don't have to figure it out because I've given it to you in the free guide, but the most important tasks to just getting your business launched. Just announcing it, just getting it up and running before you get into the nitty-gritty of the systems, of the website, of the marketing system, of the sales system, of all that stuff, right? Just getting it launched, okay? Figure out the most important tasks and batch schedule. And I talk about batch scheduling all the time because it is so convenient. So for example, instead of saying, well, I want to get my website launched, and so I'm going to spend 30 minutes on Monday, an hour on Tuesday, 30 minutes on Wednesday, an hour on Thursday, and an hour on Friday, whatever. Instead of spending, I don't know how much that totals up to, but let's just say it was 6 hours. Instead of spending an hour each day, Monday through Saturday, 6 hours trying to get your website up and launched, why don't you just take one Saturday, a full 8 hours, and get your website up and launched, okay? That's gonna save you time in the long run because you aren't having to switch between your mindset Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I promise that's probably going to turn into another week where you're doing the same exact thing, spending like however much amount of time on trying to get it launched, when you can just batch schedule it and get it all done in one day. I gave this example before, but like, so whenever I'm prepping my social media content, I do it all in one day. I do it all in one sitting, because then I'm done with it for the entire month. I don't have to go back and think about it. And this is gonna, again, save you time in the long run, because it makes it so that that task is off your checklist for that entire month, and you don't have to go back to it or keep worrying about it as you're moving forward. Tip number 6 that I have is wake up earlier. Like, I could just put a period there and leave it. Literally wake up earlier. I know very few professional women working full-time who have to be at work before 8 a.m. I know very few. Maybe you're a nurse and you like work a night shift, and so and that's different. But for the most part, I know very few who have to be at work before 8 a.m., which means wake up earlier. You can wake up at 5 and get your work done in the morning. Wake up earlier. It'll give you more time in your day. I don't know if there's a study, so I'm not going to say there's a study, but when you wake up earlier, you have more daylight. Just by definition, you have more daylight, you have more time to get things done. So of course, that's always an option. I told you guys I did that. I was waking up at 5:30, and then 6 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m. when I needed to get things done in my business before work. And so again, that's going to give you more time back to yourself and help you balance work, life, and business. Tip number 7 is all about automation, okay? When it comes to trying to save time and give more time back to yourself, it's all about automation. So email sequencing. You shouldn't have to constantly send emails every single day to every new subscriber. Get that put on automation, right? Get that sequence up so once a subscriber subscribes, those emails go out automatically, okay? Don't make that be like, oh, I have to go and send this email. That's time. That's time out of your day, and you want to give that time back to yourself, so that's all about automation. Artificial intelligence is so helpful with this, right? When you're writing your emails, use AI to help you. I definitely use AI to help me write my emails. I sometimes even use AI to help me come up with my content. I use AI for tons of different reasons. Let me know down in the comments below if it will be helpful for you to know how I use artificial intelligence in running my business. And I will get that video up for you guys. Okay, the next thing that I have to say about automation is using booking links so that you aren't having to, you know, manually schedule people to meet with you every single time. It's like, hey, here's my calendar. You can just look at my calendar and book. And then the final thing, of course, is your posting schedules. When it comes to social media and, you know, getting out there and being more visible, just have that automated. Use a system where you can just automate or schedule your posts. And most of when I first started, the social media platforms did not have it to where you can just schedule directly on the platform. You had to use an outside app, but now almost every single one, I think except TikTok, has it to where you can schedule directly in the app. So make sure you're taking advantage of that to give time back to yourself. The final tip that I have for you guys, tip number 8 to balancing work, life, and business, is avoiding burnout. Because when you are constantly go, 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 you are going to feel the stress of everything, right? You're gonna feel the stress of life. You're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, this isn't working. You're gonna feel like, what do I do? And so avoiding burnout, again, just goes back to everything that I was talking about in this entire video. And I guess I do have one more tip, so stay tuned for that. But avoiding burnout is what is going to help you be able to do this for a long period of time until you are ready to actually leave your full-time job. So that final tip that I did say that just came to me while I was talking is creating a schedule. I don't know why this wasn't earlier or in my notes, but seriously, creating a schedule. I am a schedule girly. I live by my schedule, and I typically have a monthly schedule where it's like, okay, these are the things that I would like to get done this month. But then I have a weekly schedule, and then sometimes even a daily schedule. So that weekly schedule would be like, these are the tasks that I want to get done in my business this week. And then that daily schedule would just be me dividing out when I'm going to get those tasks done and how I'm going to get those tasks done, how many hours it's likely going to take, and when I'm going to do it. So you guys, if this video was helpful, let me know down in the comments below. And again, if you are a professional woman working full-time and you are ready to launch your business, feel free to shoot me a message or an email, contact@sephoragray.com, and click the link, download in the description to get your guide. Guys, if you like videos like these, if you like videos on business and entrepreneurship, make sure you check out my business and entrepreneurship playlist list. And I hope to see you guys on my next one. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Sephora Gray Esquire. And I am starting to post on Facebook, guys, so make sure you go and give me a follow. That is Sephora Gray, or you can follow my page, Transformative Woman. I will see you guys on my next one. Thanks so much. Bye.